welcome to RTR TV. As per usual, the rain has started. I bought the tarp today because I had a feeling it might. I've come to my roundabout because I want to show you something that the missus bought me, Mrs. RTR, Kerry. Wonderful wife, wonderful woman. She bought me a little present because I'm such a history fan, and she bought me something appropriate for that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up under there. I've got my Bushbox XL, and I'm going to cook some like lamb steak burgers. I've got some rolls, and I'm going to have a couple of lamb steak burger rolls. Promises to be very nice. Got myself a nice herbal tea as well, as usual. So I'm going to get set up under there, and I'll bring you back and I'll show you what she bought me. Yeah, I thought I'd use, say, the Bushbox XL and a Trangia burner to go with it. So that should boil me tea and do me burgers in no time. Thought I forgot my kettle for a second. I thought, typical. But it was right behind me. So let's get the kettle on. Got a peach, raspberry and rose herbal tea today. I think I've had this one before, but it is a nice one. So I'll tell you what, my stomach's rumbling too. So I'm going to have to cook these burgers, these lamb steaks. Right. I'll show you quickly what Mrs. RTR bought me. Right, so I'm a great fan of history. I love history, always have done since I was in school, and even more as I left school and taught myself a lot of history. But in 1991, in the Alps, they found the body of Otzi, the Iceman, who had been laying basically in that position for 5,000 years. And on him, he had a copper axe, so it's just beginning of the Copper Age. Just coming out of the Stone Age, and he also had a flint knife on him, little knife. And Condor, the El Salvador knife makers, they made a replica of Otzi's knife, and this is a neck knife. So you've got a nice lanyard there, proper leather, and the leather sheath obviously with the logo on it, and also on the back there you got El Salvador. But this knife is 1095 high carbon steel. They've made it look like it's flint, because and Otzi's knife had the tip was gone, so that's what they did Otzi's knife like that, with 1095 steel, American hickory wood handle, and brass wire wrapped round. Otzi's knife came in a little like a wicker sheath. Obviously they've done a nice leather one for this one. It's a nice little neck knife, really. It'd be a great little thing to have. I mean, I wouldn't, it's only a partial tang, it's not a full tang obviously, or even a through tang, and I wouldn't go battening any big lumps of oak with this, but for little tasks around the camp it'd be perfect. Yeah, nice little knife. And I just love the way they've tried to make it look like flint, like a piece of flint there. You see it? There you go. Otzi's replica of Otzi, the Iceman's knife. Thank you, Mrs. RTR. Thank you, Kerry. It's a wonderful present. And obviously, it goes in the sheath. And as a neck knife, it's perfect. Kettle's about to boil. Good timing. I'll find a bit of wood in a minute, and I'll do a bit of scraping with it, see how sharp it is. It's actually a very sharp knife, straight out the box. very sharp. But yeah, I'll scrape a bit of wood, see how it performs. Kettle's boiling. Let that do its thing. And I'm going to get some oil on. So this is it, seasoned lamb grill steaks. I bought them a couple of weeks ago in the reduced section, just stuck them straight in the freezer for a special occasion, and they are quite thick. Look at that. So I'm going to stick these on because I am absolutely ain't Marvin, as I say, starving. Put the pan on. I'll use the neck knife. Through that. Made short work of that plastic. Sip of tea. I've got a couple of bread rolls to go with it as well. See if we get a sizzle. Ooh. Yeah. I'm actually going to see if I can put the simmering on this. I don't know if it'll go under there. Oh yeah. There we go. Cook them slowly, I think. Piece of wood here. Let's see if I can see what it's like for. Obviously, it's. Very sharp. I will say that. I just don't want to scrape wood into my frying pan. Yeah, it seems okay. Very sharp. I'd say it could probably do little tasks. And yeah, you wouldn't want to go battening a great big bit of wood with it, would you? But a little thing, yeah. What's the treat? Good. Good little knife. Nice and slowly. It's also got written there, Condor, El Salvador. I just love it. I just love the basicness of it. You know, very basic knife. I think I got it from Heine Haynes. Was it Heine Haynes? Something like that. I'll put a link to it down below. $75.99 or $75.95 at the moment, I think. So yeah. Otzi the Iceman's knife. Yeah, I don't know if you saw my video last week where I did the Duke of Edinburgh Silver practice expedition in the New Forest. I mean, it was raining this morning when I turned up here, so I put the tarp up, but it stopped raining now, which is typical. That was unbelievable. I can't believe the weather for those 3 days, and I think I said at the beginning of that video, the weather wasn't nothing like that for the 4 or 5 days preceding it, and it hasn't been like it for the week since. Just those 3 days that we were there, it was horrendous weather, absolutely atrocious. So yeah, everyone was soaking wet for the whole 3 days. Quite an experience. quite an experience, to say the least. Won't forget that one in a hurry. While the burgers are cooking, I'm going to see about if I can cut a notch in this piece of wood. Where should we go? Let's go there. Try and do it obviously without cutting the end, because it is very sharp, to say the least. Get in there. See if I can get halfway. And like I say, it is a partial tang, but it seems pretty solid. You did that pretty good, halfway through the bit of wood. Excellent. Still really solid. Love it. Really thick burgers. These are going to be quite filling actually, aren't they? I'm going to use the same bit of wood and just sort of like use the point, see how good it is at doing a hole in the wood. Get in there. Just have to be careful you don't slip your hand down over the edge. You wouldn't want that. Yeah, so you've got a lovely notch there, and it's doing a lovely hole. Let's see if I can get it to go all the way through. I wish I brought my glasses with me. I forgot my glasses again. Don't know if it'll go all the way through. It would probably be enough for then. Ah, yes, there is daylight for it. See that? Get a little bit of wood to get through. There we go. Made a hole through it. No problem. And the knife, perfect. What a great knife. Great knife, look. Brilliant for notching. You can do a hole through a bit of wood if you wanted to. I think these burgers are nearly done. Pre-buttered roll, of course. So, let's get one of these lovely burgers. Look at that, fits that perfectly. perfect fit. Rolls are stuck. I buttered these rolls last night. I was about to get the old Otzi knife out then to separate these. Taste a bit of this. Lovely. This does fit in there at an angle. There we go. Extinguished. Let's see these rolls. Look at those beauties. They look alright, don't they? I don't think I'll be hungry after eating these. Cool. That in a buttered roll. That is the business. Time to make the proverbial pig of myself. Bring you back in a minute. It's the last of it. Not hungry anymore. That was lovely. Can't believe I went to the trouble of setting all this up. As soon as I got under it, 10 minutes later, the rain stops. Still, you don't know, do you, with the weather at the moment? It's all over the place. Absolutely lovely. And while I'm sitting here finishing my tea off, I want to give a little shout out to Andy over at AAB, All About Bushcraft. He gave me a really wonderful shout out the other day. It was, I can't believe it, best shout out I've ever had. Because he's been using a collapsible colander to use as a fire pit. But I said, well, maybe that, in his comments, I said maybe you could put a Trangia burner in that. And he took it one step further, put the Trangia burner in it with the well, it wasn't a Trangia burner, it was a spirit burner with the trivets on the top. But the way that thing fit around it, it's amazing. It's almost like it was made for it. So yeah, cheers for that, Andy. If you haven't watched Andy's channel, I'll leave a link in the description to his channel. Go over there and have a look, because he cooks some amazing food. You know, puts me to shame. Just, cooking a lamb steak, grilled steak. But yeah, some of the food Andy cooks over there is stupendous. It's absolutely, gourmet stuff. And yeah, go over there and give him a look, and maybe give him a little sub as well. That'd be great. Cheers, mate. Nearly done. Very nice. Right, time to get packed up. Get everything put away before it does start raining properly. This just wonderful. Wonderful thing. This is always in my bag, actually. Yeah, I'll turn you off. This is actually always in my bag because it's not very heavy, and it, packs down flat. And if you can't have a wood fire, but you've got your Trangia burner, put it in there as well. It's just always handy to have. love this thing. That was another present as well, wasn't it? I think that was a birthday present from 2021. Yeah. Titanium. Well, with regards to that DFE trip and the way everybody got absolutely soaking wet on it, the only thing on me that didn't get wet was my feet. Because if you remember, I think it was the video before, I bought some Eurotrek light, high-tech Eurotrek light. Yeah, look, got them on. Amazing boots for the money. I mean, I think it was £50 I paid for them. My feet stayed bone dry. I mean, all the kids' feet were totally soaking wet because they were deliberately walking through the puddles and the water was lapping over the top of their shoes and boots, so they were bound to get their feet wet. But I really didn't want to get my feet wet, and on that last day I couldn't even film anything on the trek on that last day because it was raining so hard, and I didn't want to get me, because I'll film on my phone and I've got an external mic, the Shure MV88 Plus, which is like £200 itself, and I did not want to get that damaged. But my feet still stayed dry. That was amazing. That was the only thing on me that was dry. But so yeah, the Eurotrek boots, and I'll put a thing up. Well, I'll put a end thing on the end because it was the last video I made. I think was it the last video I made? No, I'll put a thing out in the corner. Yeah, so, right, I'm going to break all that down now. I think it's time. So there we go, I'm all packed up. It didn't take long to do. Just a few flattened leaves where I was sitting. They'll soon spring back between these two trees, that's where I was. But this knife, this Condor Otzi the Iceman neck knife. I think this is going to be my, whenever I go on my camps or I'm out and about, I think I'll have that around my neck because it's such a handy little thing, and it's quite a solid little knife, you know. Cut into that wood pretty good, and you even bore a hole through it, so be a good little around camp sort of knife. Obviously, as I said earlier, you would not batten anything with it. It's just for doing little tasks, and it's dead handy for that. So yeah, and with that I will leave the video there. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, you know what to do. Give it the old thumbs up, and maybe subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I think I'm on 932 at the moment. It'd be good to get that up to 1,000 sometime. That would be good. Yes, indeed. So what I'll do is I'll see you next time when I'm roving about, wherever it may be. I haven't made my mind up yet. I never do. See you next time. Bye.